Hey guys, this is Brandon with the Volsung Training Group. I'm doing the LTC or Texas License to Carry test. Next week, I'm going to the Department of Public Safety DPS training facility up in Austin to take care of getting my LTC instructor certificate. So out here doing a little bit of practice. I already shot the revolver. That's a requirement. They require you to shoot the same test with the revolver. I did okay. I got 243 out of a possible 250. Which is greater than the 90% required to pass. So I'm good on the revolver. Now I'm just gonna make sure I'm still good with the 9mm semi-automatic. This is a 3-stage test. The first stage is 20 shots fired from the 3-yard line. Stage 2 is another 20 shots fired from the 7-yard line. And then stage 3 is 10 shots fired from the 15-yard line. Right now we're at the 3. We'll go ahead and shoot that stage first. It'll be 5 shots in a 1-shot exercise. They allow 2 seconds per shot, followed by 10 shots in a 2-shot exercise. They allow 3 seconds for each 2-shot sequence. And the final is a 5-shot exercise, and they give you 10 seconds to fire those 5 shots. So plenty of time. I know I got this with the 9mm. Way easier for me with the revolver because I have more time on this. But let's see if I can put my money where my mouth is and make this happen. Let's go. Okay, I got my dot situation fixed. So now we're gonna go ahead and shoot the next part of stage 1. This one is going to be 10 shots, fired as a 2-shot exercise. And it is going to be 3 seconds allowed for each 2-shot sequence. So each 2 shots, I'll fire within 3 seconds. I'm gonna have to do a mag change in between here. I loaded 10 into each magazine. But the way this is set up is kind of funky, but we'll make it work. We'll see how it goes. Shooters come to the low ready. Stand by. Stand by. Quick mag change here. Stand by. Stand by. And stand by. Cool, so obviously way better with the dot on. I was able to pick up the speed there a little bit and hit in the bullseye once I got my dot figured out. So that was it for the second part of stage 1. Now we're going to go to the last part, which is 5 rounds in 1 second. Let's make sure we got enough ammo here. 34, 1 in the chamber, yep. Okay. It's gonna be 5 shots in 10 seconds. I tend to speed it up a little too fast when I do this. So I'm gonna try to do it at a little bit of a slower pace just to make sure I get good hits on target. So let's go ahead and do this. Come to the low ready. This will be 5 shots in 10 seconds. 5 shots in 10 seconds. Shooter stand by. Bam, there you go. 5 shots in 10 seconds. Okay, now we're moving back to the 7-yard line, so I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, here we are at the 7-yard line, about to do stage 2. This is 20 shots at the 7-yard line. Again, it's broken up into different components. Let's go ahead and kick it off. Okay, the first round is going to be 5 shots in 10 seconds from the 7-yard line. And up from the low ready versus load and make ready. Yep. Okay, we're loaded, we're ready. Coming to the low ready and shooter stand by. 5 shots in 10 seconds. Easy peasy, right? Easy peasy. Okay, next we got 5 shots fired in 2 stages. So it'll be 2 shots in 4 seconds, 3 shots in 6. So 2 and 4, 3 and 6. So shooter low ready. On the beep, 2 rounds in 4 seconds. Shooter stand by. Okay. Next is going to be 3 rounds in 6 seconds. 3 rounds in 6 seconds. Coming to the low ready. Shooter stand by. Okay, next we have 5 shots fired in a 1-shot sequence. 3 seconds allowed for each shot. So we're shooting 1 in 3 seconds times 5. Coming to the low, ready? 1 shot in 3 seconds, shooter stand by. 1 shot in 3 seconds, shooter stand by. Oh. Ooh, almost busted that one. 1 shot in 3 seconds, shooter stand by. 1 shot in 3 seconds, shooter stand by. Now 1 shot in 3 seconds, shooter stand by. Okay, and then the last round we got 5 shots fired in 15 seconds. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't fire an extra one because I kind of lost count there. I don't know if y'all noticed that. 2, 3, 4, yep. Okay, cool. So you don't count, and this is an ungodly amount of time. 5 shots in 15 seconds. So you should have 0 problems with accuracy if you're taking your time. You know, this isn't the time to be the speed demon. If you're trying to do this to get your license, or if you're trying to get your instructor certification, you know, make sure you take your time. Hit your shots. If they're giving you extra time, just take it, okay? And we'll see if I can follow my own guidance here. So we got 15 seconds to shoot 5 rounds. Coming to the low, ready, shooter stand by. All right. And that was in 4 seconds, right? And that was not fast, guys, if you see that on the video. 4.18 seconds, I was taking my time on that. Keyholed all the shots on that one. So 15 seconds, it's, like I said, ungodly amount of time. You guys should be fine on that. So we're gonna go down to the 15-yard line and do the final phase. Okay, guys, so here we are at the 15-yard line, about to shoot the final phase. This is 10 rounds only. This one's pretty simple. Looking at the sheet here, we got 5 shots fired in 2 stages. So 2 in 6 seconds, 3 in 9. And then it's gonna be 5 shots fired in 15 seconds. So pretty simple. Let's go ahead and kick it off and see how we do. Okay, shooter, load and make ready. This will all be shot from the low, ready. First stage is going to be 5 shots fired in 2 stages. First one is 2 shots in 6 seconds. 2 shots in 6 seconds. Shooter stand by. Okay. From the low, ready. 3 shots in 9 seconds. 3 shots in 9 seconds. On the beep, shooter stand by. Okay, and the final stage here is 5 shots in 15 seconds from the low, ready. Shooter stand by. It's 5 shots in 15 seconds. On the beep. All right, ceasefire, ceasefire. Cool, guys, so that was the LTC. Again, I did that earlier. I didn't video it with the revolver just because it's a pain in the butt, loading that 6-round cylinder. But you get the gist of it. So let's go ahead and go down range and let's see how I did. Okay, guys, so here's my target. As you can see on my target here, nothing outside of the max score zone here. Those were kind of close. That was when my dot was shut off. Actually, I found out it wasn't shut off. It's just bright as heck out here, and I was practicing with Laser Academy. I don't know if you guys have used that. Mantis makes it. It's pretty cool. Inside the house, so I had to dim it up a little bit because it was dark in the house. But now I'm out here and it's kind of bright and sunny, even though I'm under an awning. It was still way too dim for me to see it. So I brightened it up, and then I started cleaning it up here as I started moving backwards. Veering a little to the left, that's normal for me though. But for the most part, I got some good center hits there. So again, not hard at all. This is a max score out of 250. I got 250. Again, for the LTC instructor, you need a 90%. So, I mean, 100's greater than 90. So if I can pull this off next week, I will have my LTC instructor license and I'll be able to teach you guys some classes. Just to show you on my revolver, there's my math. Okay, so I got these hits here. Those are -1, -1, -1, so -3, -2, so -5 total, and then minus another 2, which is where I got my -7. So 250 -7, 243, that's still above 90%. So yeah, pretty good. And if you're curious what 90% is, I suck at math, but I know for this, 10% of 250 is 25. 25 minus 250 is 225. So long as you score 225 or higher, you're good to go. And really we're gonna hit, most of these off hits. I was having some issues with my revolver. I put an upgraded spring kit in it, and I was pulling it and not letting the trigger go all the way, which was causing it to miss, I guess, roll. I don't know the proper revolver vernacular on that. And it was missing the cartridge. So I had to cycle all the way through the wheel to get it to finally go back to that one. And I think that's why I was throwing shots there. But again, what does that do to? A lack of training. So how do I make myself better? We got to train up to these things. So thank you guys for coming out here with me. I hope you get something out of this if you are going for your LTC instructor or if you're just going to get your LTC license. This is how the sequence of events will go. Pretty darn simple, guys. So catch you on the next one.